Today, 12 of November 2020, we are going to study reproduction in animals. Your teacher is Dr. Bbosa Science. Website digitalteachers.co.ug. Here you find notes, exams, and their marking guides in physics, chemistry, and biology. Or visit our YouTube channel. When you go to YouTube website, where there is search, type Digital Teachers Uganda and enter. You'll be given categories of videos from which you can choose in physics, chemistry, and biology. Please subscribe to promote my videos. Subscription is free. The best secondary school is the Science Foundation College, plus 256 753 80 27 09. The best primary school to cultivate a science culture in your child is Local of Ages Primary School, plus 256 772 84 91 06. Parts of male reproductive system are shown below. The testes produce sperms. Vas deferens conducts sperm from the testes to urethra. Prostate gland controls passage of sperms and urine through the urethra. It closes the urine, the sperm passes. Closes the sperm, the urine passes. The urethra allows passage of sperms through from the testes to the vagina. Parts of female reproductive system are shown in the diagram below. The ovary produces eggs. Fallopian tubes is where fertilization occurs and conducts fertilized egg to the uterus. The uterus is where the fetus develops. The suffix protects the uterus, controls the entry into the uterus. Spermatogenesis is a process of forming sperms. It occurs in the testes. Primordial germ cell 2N divide mitotically to form spermatogonia that grow into spermatocytes, or gamete-forming cells with 46 chromosomes. Spermatocytes undergo the first meiotic division to form secondary spermatocytes, each with 23 chromosomes. Secondary spermatocytes undergo a second meiotic division to produce spermatids, each with 23 chromosomes. Spermatids differentiate into sperms or spermatozoa. The process produces 4 sperms per each primary spermatocyte. Oogenesis is the process of forming an ova or an egg in a female. It occurs in the ovary. Primordial germ cell 2N divide mitotically to form oogonia that grows into primary oocyte 2N. Primary oocytes undergo first meiotic division to form 2 haploid cells, each having 23 chromosomes. One of the cells, termed secondary oocyte, receives almost all the cytoplasm. The other, or polar body, degenerates. The secondary oocyte begins meiosis 2 but stops at metaphase 2. At ovulation, it leaves the ovary and enters the oviduct, where it fuses with the sperm. After fusing with the sperm, the secondary oocyte is activated to continue and complete meiosis 2. The mature egg has 23 chromosomes. Meiosis in female produces 1 egg and possibly 3 polar bodies. Below are drawings of mature sperm and egg. In sperm, a chromosome produces enzymes that enable the sperm to penetrate the egg. The mitochondria provide energy for propulsion. Axial filament is used for propulsion or locomotion of the sperm. Comparison of gamete formation in female and male organisms. In male organisms, production of sperms begins at puberty. In female, overproduction begins before birth. Several primordial germ cells produce diploid spermatogonia. One primordial cell divides repeatedly by mitosis to produce diploid oogonia. Each primary spermatocyte develops into 4 sperms. Each primary oocyte produces 1 egg. Fertilization is the union of sperm and egg. Man undergo internal fertilization in that sperms are deposited into the vagina inside the body of the female. Advantages of internal fertilization: increases chances of fertilization. Fertilized eggs are protected in the female from dehydration and predators. Embryos are nourished by the female. Disadvantages: fewer offsprings are produced. Female suffer gestation stress. Free offsprings are less adapted to the environment at birth. The menstruation, sexual or ostrus cycle. This is a cycle in the female that ensures that female reproductive physiological events are synchronized. The events that occur in the course of the cycle follow a set of regulated patterns by hormones, which are produced by the pituitary and the ovary. A complete cycle takes about 28 days. If pregnancy occurs, the cycle is interrupted by hormones produced by the placenta. A woman is most likely to get pregnant between the 12th and 17th day from the onset of the cycle. Hormonal control of menstruation cycle. The menstruation cycle in female, showing the events occurring in ovary and uterus with relative amounts of estrogen and progesterone, are shown below. The menstrual cycle is controlled by hormones produced by hypothalamus, anterior lobe of pituitary gland, and the ovaries. 1. Hypothalamus produces gonadotropin release hormone. 2. Gonadotropin release hormone stimulates pituitary glands to produce follicle stimulating hormone, FSH. Free follicle stimulating hormone stimulates development of Graafian follicle to secrete estrogen. Number 4, estrogen stimulates the healing and repair of uterine endometrium, inhibits release of follicle stimulating hormone, and stimulates the pituitary gland to release luteinizing hormone, LH. In the course of 11 days, the amount of estrogen in the bloodstream steadily increases, and shortly before ovulation, luteinizing hormone is released. Number 5, luteinizing hormone causes ovulation. 2, stimulates the Graafian follicle to develop into corpus luteum to secrete progesterone. Progesterone, along with estrogen, cause continued thickening and vascularization of the uterine wall, inhibits release of LH, leading to the generation of corpus luteum. Number 6, for a week or so after ovulation, the concentration of progesterone and estrogen gradually increase and then suddenly decrease. Number 7, the decrease in the level of estrogen and progesterone leads to menstruation. The events in pregnancy. After fertilization, the zygote divides mitotically until a hollow ball, the blastocyst, is produced. It takes about 6 days for implantation to occur. B, the outer layer of blastocyst, called trophoblast, develops into embryonic membranes. B, the outer layer of the blastocyst, called trophoblast, develops into embryonic membranes, the chorion and amnion. The chorion develops villi, which grow into uterus wall to absorb nutrients. The villi later form the placenta to connect the fetus to the uterine wall. The amnion develops around the fetus and encloses amniotic fluid, which protects the fetus against shock. D, the corpus luteum persists to secrete progesterone because the placenta secretes a hormone, human chorionic gonadotrophin, HCG. HCG informs the mother's body of the presence of the fetus in the uterus. D, corpus luteum persists to secrete progesterone because the placenta secretes a hormone, human chorionic gonadotrophin, HCG. HCG informs the mother's body of the presence of the fetus in the uterus. E, corpus luteum secretes progesterone, which together with small but steady amount of estrogen maintains the uterus and prevents menstruation. F, corpus luteum degenerates after about 4 months, leaving the placenta to secrete progesterone and estrogen that maintains pregnancy. The placenta. A drawing of the placenta is shown below. The placenta is a disc-shaped organ which provides the sole physical link between the fetus and the mother's uterus. The choroid membrane forms numerous finger-like projections into the uterus wall to increase the exchange surface between the mother and the fetus. Functions of placenta allows exchange of materials between the mother and the fetus, such as oxygen, glucose, amino acids from the mother to the fetus, and waste products from the fetus to the mother's blood. Prevent mother's and fetus's blood from mixing. Produces HCG. Prevents pathogens to cross to the fetus. Allows hormones to cross to the fetus. Adaptations of the placenta. 1. Has villi to increase surface area for exchange. 2. Placenta blood has high affinity for oxygen. 3. Has rich blood supply. 4. Has numerous mitochondria to provide energy for active transport. 5. Thin membrane facilitate diffusion. 6. Blood capillaries of the mother and that of the fetus flow in opposite direction to maintain diffusion gradient. Why should mothers and fetal blood not mix? To prevent incompatibility due to different blood groups, to prevent incompatibility due to rhesus factors, to prevent infections into the fetal blood, to protect the fetus from high blood pressure. The hormonal control of birth. Towards the end of pregnancy, the level of estrogen rises in blood, while that of progesterone falls. Estrogen increases the sensitivity of uterine wall to oxytocin. Then during birth, the posterior lobe of pituitary gland produces oxytocin, leading to contraction of uterine walls to push the child out of the uterus. After birth, milk production is initiated by a hormone prolactin from anterior lobe of the pituitary. Summary of effect of estrogen in pregnancy. Promotes growth of mammary glands, inhibits follicle-stimulating hormone release, inhibits prolactin release, increases size of uterine muscle, prevents implantation in the uterus, increases ATP and creatine formation, increases sensitivity of uterine wall to oxytocin. Summary of effect of progesterone during pregnancy. Promotes growth of mammary gland, inhibits release of follicle-stimulating hormone, inhibits release of prolactin, inhibits contraction of uterus muscles. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Our website is digitalteachers.co.ug. Here you find notes, exams and their marking guides for physics, chemistry and biology. Or visit our YouTube channel for related videos in physics, chemistry, biology and math. Please subscribe to promote my videos. Subscription is free. The best secondary school in Uganda is the Science Foundation College, plus 256 753 80 27 09. The best primary school is Local of Ages Primary School, plus 256 772 84 91 06.